Hello, hello, hello. So I've had a request. I've had a couple of requests, but I did not, and I apologize. I don't know what's wrong with me. I did not write down who made this request, but we're going to try to fulfill this anyway, okay? So first, the easiest one, they wanted a review of appearance mods that I'm using. So my appearance mods, let me just scroll down to where I keep my character mods. I have my own way of doing a load order. You can do yours however you wish. Like for my NPCs here, you can see I'm using this one mainly to update the guys so that the guys look better. And then this takes care of the girls. And then I have a few other stray girls that I replace. And there's a few people I add. And then there's some followers here that I need to test. But my appearance mods start with the KS Hairdos Light, okay? The reason I use that is that it gives me a balance of about 20 to 25 hairdos for both men and women, so that my character creation is balanced, and when I want to do a guy, I can usually find some kind of hairdo for him. Though I admit I don't like most of the hairdos, but you know, for the girls, I like most of those. So I keep it, I guess, primarily for the girls, but I do like to be able to give my guys some variation. Otherwise, all my guys will be basically bald or something, because I get tired of some of the dumb hairstyles and the way hair looks, you know. I'm sorry. It's the way it is. Now, in my game, there's still going to be some people around, a few people. There's always a few people around somewhere that seem to have just the vanilla hair, so this improves that look for them, so at least it'll look a little better. This is the newer Definitive Beauty Pack. Now what this does is this brings the Botox look of this NPC replacer. It brings that look to your character creation so that you can make a more pleasant looking person. And it's still kind of based on those vanilla presets, but they've been affected by the Botox look, so that you can adjust them and make them even more pleasing, make them more to your taste. But definitely, this is probably the biggest thing as far as the face and the head goes. The hair, and then this is probably the biggest, most important thing for the girls. Now this is for the girls. So let's see. I'm not sure if Morgan Helsing tells. They don't mention everything they have here, okay? So they don't have a lot of textures in this. They do have some things. Without, let's see, without their full notes on this, I don't remember everything that they've done. They have added some things, but nothing. Basically, they've got it right where it is now, and it's been this way for at least a few weeks, and it seems really good. I like what it does, and it doesn't do too much. You can still use other mods to do other things. But this gives you some variation without giving you too much variation, okay? So, I like it. You know, if you're going to make your characters look kind of like mine, I mean, these are the mods I'm using. If you use something different, then your characters will have some different look. That's okay if you don't, you know, if there's things you like and things you don't like, you know, you can definitely mix and match your own stuff. But I'm just showing you what I'm using, okay? So this is that's how I make my girls' faces right now. Now, in the past, if you want to look at something else that's really great, you look at R246's. It's R246. Look at their, let's see, what do they call it now? XBR mod. Anyway, just look up R246 and find their preset mod. It's excellent too. Now, it has one feature to it that's very cool, in that if you really like to play girls, it will come up and default your character to a girl all the time. Now, the only caveat with that means, pardon pardon me, I'm having trouble speaking, obviously, but that means that you can't just drop that mod. If you drop that mod, all the girls you created will now have male bodies, and they will look very weird. Of course, you can do that for fun to make a funny video, but for seriousness, you don't want to do that. You don't. If you start with using R246's mod, you want to keep with using it. And I'm again having trouble with my English, but you want to continue to use it. And actually, Southern is my first language, I guess, and English is my second. How's that? Anyway, so nonetheless, you get the idea. But this is, I've been working and using this for a while now because I really wanted to see what's going to become of it. Because I use the Botox for my NPCs all the time, and I think they look great. And I think the females I've been making with this I think they've looked good. I mean, if you look at Mercy, I think she looks really good. They do add, Morgan Helson did add some. They added some more paints. They added a few things, nothing too much, and they didn't go crazy. I think they added some eyes a little bit, but not too much. So you'll notice I don't remember if I'm even using an eye mod anymore because they've added some stuff in there. Okay, this is better male presets if you want to make males. I think it's hard to find a good male preset in my opinion. If most of them want to base themselves off of certain NPC characters, which in vanilla Skyrim, that's not that good looking. So most of them. So I go with this. I like this better. It gives me one or two guys for each race basically, and I can it tells you here 3 Nords, 2 Bretons, 2 Red Guards, etc., etc. And it gives you something to work with, a starting place. Since I usually play Bretons, Nords, Imperials, and Red Guards, I usually stay with the human guys. Occasionally I will do an elf. My main vanilla guy was a high elf, but nonetheless, I do occasionally do elves too, but not as much. I almost never play an orc or, I say almost, and hardly ever play lizards or cats. So it's just me. It's just whatever. Nonetheless, so anyway, this is the body replacer I use for the girls. It's a very simple body replacer. It's small. It is a mesh-only body replacer. It comes with no textures, which is the way I like things. It just gives me the shape I want. Then I can select the texture I want. Now we'll scroll down a little bit. So then we have the tempered skins for males. This just makes the males look a lot better. And this mod sneaks in, let's see if we can find it. It sneaks in a body. Yes, it does. If you'll come down to, let's see, about the third group or the second paragraph, it says this replacement will apply. Okay. The second sentence there says it comes with Voorhees the Jolly Good Fellows and Dalcio's High Poly Body for Males and Scars, Tent Masking, and War Paints by Xenius. So they kind of snuck that in on me, and I missed that for a while, and somebody pointed out to me, which I appreciated. It saved me a little space, but nonetheless, so it comes complete with a male body, which is a male body that I like. It's I kind of call it, the muscular kind of superhero style body. So this has a texture and a body in it. So if you have this, you really don't need a male body. And I really had, when I was doing the Dizona male body stuff, I had to get rid of this. I had to get this out of the way so I could do those shows. So for the girls, I use these textures. These textures to me are just nice, clean textures. No matter what skin color you use, the girl will look, what skin tone, she'll just look nice and clean. Some people say plastic. I don't know. To me, now mind you, I'm always playing on an Xbox, never on a PC. To me, they all always look plastic to me, but they look like cartoons. They look better in a way, now with the mods, okay? With the mods, they look much better than the Oblivion cartoons. But I'll tell you what's funny. If I didn't have mods, and I always said this before we could mod Skyrim on the Xbox, Oblivion characters looked much better to me than the Skyrim characters. The Skyrim characters just look horribly awful, dirty, diseased, whatever you want to call it. They just look horrible. And I just always thought that was a terrible choice. But that's me. The game was still fun to play, and I spent a ton of time playing it. So, you know, appearance isn't everything. Nonetheless, I really like these. I have yet to find textures I like better. There is an HD version of these if you want it. I can't tell enough difference to justify the extra space, but they're not huge if you find the HD version. Okay, so that's my skin textures. Now, then I have beards and brows. Now, these are kind of still in test mode a little bit. I haven't even checked out the beards good yet, okay? So I'm just going to mention them, but I haven't really tried them out really well. And there's also some dwarven beards you can get that look pretty cool, but that's a different mod. Brows. Now, brows I have tested and I've done a show on, and I like the brows, so I decided to keep them for this load order and this play. Now, I may not keep them forever, but I really kind of like them. They grew on me. I'm not really a big eyebrow person. I normally don't care, but these grew on me. I really liked them. So, now, this is situational, and this is something that I have to test. So, I'm not going to count that as part of my appearance mods, okay? I think, yeah, we're done with my appearance mods. That's it. So, it's from brows up to KS Hairdos Light. That is my character appearance mods right here, okay? From KS Hairdos Light down to here. Down to here. I don't know what I'm doing anymore. Anyway, so you get the idea. So it's really just these mods. Okay, you notice I don't have any eye mods. And the reason I don't have eye mods is this actually adds, I don't think they have it in the comments here, but I had thought they had added in, some war paint and makeup, and I thought they had added in some eyes so that this would look better. Yeah, they have here. I tested personally. Please write your feedback about makeup, war paints, and focus on eyes textures. Because I think the eyes and the war paints and the makeup look pretty good, so I didn't do anything else. I didn't add any more eye mods. And I think it works very well. Now, again, you can look at Mercy. I don't know if I have a picture of Mercy I can show you. So maybe we'll load her up and I'll show you her as an example of my girls. I do not have a current guy right now because I really just started doing this and I focused on doing this with Mercy. So there you have it. You kind of got me in flux right now. But this right here, as far as my character creation, this is very solid. And I've been using all of this except for the beards. Even the brows is kind of new. But except for the beards, I've been using most of this for quite some time. Yeah. Just the only new things is like this is fairly new. The beards is new. And the brows is a little new. Everything else I've been using for a long time. I don't have any issue with them. So, that is my character mods. That is what I use to make my girl's appearance. Now I'm going to hop out and I am going to show you Mercy just as my example, okay? And just show you her, how she looks, her face and everything. And that'll be the end of this. So pardon me just a moment. I'll be right back with Mercy. All right. So we are in Dragon's Reach, and this is Mercy. Now I'm using one of the new war paints from the Definitive Beauty Pack, and I have done a show on this, so you can look that show up. Matter of fact, I mean, really, basically all of her is from the Definitive Beauty Pack. Not her armor and stuff, of course. She is a Breton, so you might want to look at one of the Breton presets. I can't tell you which one I used. Because I don't remember. I'm sorry about that, but I don't remember. However, I think she looks very nice. Looks very good. Way better than a typical vanilla person. And I think I'm going to say, well, that's really very subjective. I'm going to say that it is very good. Possibly, Marcia, move on. Anyway, pardon my follower. Anyway, I'm going to say that she looks as good as probably any other character I have made. Now, I have made some characters I thought were very nice looking, but I think she's probably as good. But now, here's the difference, though. When it comes to, like, if you use R246's mod, okay, I don't make those characters. I use what R246 supplies because what they've done is very good. So I can't say that I do as good a job as like R246 does, okay? But with this mod, I can do a really nice job, I think. I think I made a pretty nice looking person here. I think she looks good. So, and you know, and I tweaked her a little bit, but not a lot. I basically, I've done a character creation thing where I've shown that before, and I could go back and do that again. But basically, I select one of the presets that I think is going to be close enough that I can work with, and then I make little tweaks and modifications until I get them looking however I want in that mood at that time. Most of the times I don't use war paints and stuff, but for some reason with Mercy, I was just in a weird mood, and I went for the war paint. I gave her the weird eyes. I just did it all. So, sorry. Anyway, so you get the idea. So, that is Mercy, and that's how she looks. Behind you. Marcia, please go away. Sorry about that. Anyway, so, now, as far as the body goes, I will just show you the body. The body is pretty easy to show. This is what that body with my textures will look like. This is not anything special. You're not going to see any nudity or anything like that. I'm just going to show you. Let's take her boots and gloves off so we don't have any weirdness. Hopefully we won't have any weirdness. Alright, so I'm going to leave her other stuff on. So this is her body using that mesh that I use. It's Wickwa's body mesh. Now I did not show you, there's a certain mod I didn't show you. There's a little mod that changes the chainmail from gray to black. So I do use that little, consider it kind of a patch, okay? Now I'm not using any super special, oh wait, that's not true. I changed my animations. So I changed animations for fun. I wanted to test it. And for walking, this animation looks kind of weird. But of course, I'm so used to seeing the other walk, the highly catwalk walk. And this looks kind of odd. I don't know if I'll stick with this. Nonetheless, that's another show and another story. Oh, this still works though. That's funny. The catwalk, you can still get the catwalk coming to you, but not away from you. That's funny. If you go to the sides, that kicks in. Nonetheless, I'm sorry, I'm getting distracted with something else. So, nonetheless, this is her appearance. You know, this is her body appearance, okay? Now, this outfit, this Blood Witch armor that I'm using, I don't remember what body it was made for anymore. And I don't have the description to read, so I can't tell you. All I know is when I put it on, I think Mercy looks like quite the tough woman there. I think she looks like she could whip some booty pretty good. So, I like it. I'm going to stick with it for a while, at least for our purposes in this load order playthrough and stuff. And Marcia, shut up. Don't say anything. Anyway, so this is what Mercy looks like. I think she looks really nice. And that's the character mods I used. I'm going to give you a quick rundown of those mods one more time, just really quickly.
Roger that. Make it quick.
Alright, so I'm back. Bethesda is still being a booger, and I had to try several times, but we got it. So again, just a quick rundown. We've already gone through this. These are my character appearance mods. right here, down through the brows. Now let me skip down. I do want to show you one thing because I told you about it. This is the little black chainmail underwear replacer. It's very small, and it just makes her, instead of leaving her in the steel gray, it gives her the little black chainmail, which I just like that a little better. Does it matter? No, it doesn't matter. You do whatever you want. I think Wickwa also has like one that's maybe red hearts or red. There's a couple of variations. You do what suits you. It's all good. So that's my character. Now, and I showed you the NPC replacers. It's very simple, and it does take quite a bit of space if you do this. I'm not kidding, but I'm using these because it makes my guys and my girls look better. Now, there is a new edition of the Beauty of Skyrim that has been updated that I may want to look at, but I don't know if I want to update that again so soon or not, but I may look at it. Depends. Because it looked interesting. They had made some changes. Nonetheless, this is what I have and what I use for my character right now. And when you see Mercy, or if you see any of my past characters, almost all of them are using these same mods. Now, sometimes, depending if you go back more than a month or so ago, you're probably going to see me using R246's mod. Okay? I've only been using this for a few weeks, maybe a month. It hadn't been more than 2 months, has it? I don't think so. A month, 6. Time goes differently for me. I'm old, so anyway. So there you go. That's what I'm using, and that's how I get the, we'll call it the Mercy effect. She looks pretty good. If you don't like this hairstyle, of course, do your own thing there. Matter of fact, anything you don't like, you just do your own thing. But, all right, I won't bore you or drone on too long. I think that covers it pretty good. Want to thank you for watching. Hope you have a wonderful day, and I will catch you later. Hot Rodder magazine? What in the world are we talking about? $35? That is a flame job. They're torching my wallet. What in the world is that about?